Showtime!
Hey everyone, welcome to a special Christmas Eve edition of the Rosie and Bill Show. It's a special night and a great night for us to have a little fun.
That's right. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. And we're going to do our best to get ourselves and you in the Christmas spirit because, boy, we need it this year more than ever. That's for sure.
We sure do, partner. And what else could help us get into the Christmas spirit than Christmas music? Now, granted, I know in some places, I think they start playing it at July 4th, maybe a little later would be good. But this would be a great night for some Christmas music. So, Rosie, I have to ask.
Okay.
Your all-time favorite Christmas song, what is it?
Oh my gosh. Well, the Christmas song comes to mind. I also love, there's two other ones I like a lot. I like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, but I also like the blues Christmas version of Merry Christmas Baby by Charles Brown and Bonnie Raitt. That's Merry Christmas, baby. You sure did treat me nice. It's real bluesy and sexy, and I like it.
Wait, is that all? I was waiting for some more.
That's
what happened?
Because, on Zoom, it could distort everything and be horrible.
Oh, yeah.
We'll let it go with that. How about you? What's your favorite Christmas song?
Well, since you gave more than one, I'm going to give more than one.
Okay, because we can never just give one. We can never just answer the question.
Thank God we make the rules. Okay, so two very different songs, but I love them both. One is Oh Holy Night, David Phelps. In my opinion, one of the greatest vocal performances ever. I watch it every year on YouTube, and I still get goosebumps every time I watch him sing that.
That's incredible. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. And the other one, Run, Run, Rudolph by the father of rock and roll, Chuck Berry.
All right. That's a good one. That's sometimes, and again, especially this year when there's a lot of gloominess or frustration and things like that, when you have a happy melody, because, there's a reason there's major and minor keys.
Yeah.
Right? So when you have a happy, uplifting melody, it can really lift your spirits.
It's interesting you said that because I just realized that of all the songs I've written, I don't know that I've ever used minor keys.
And of all the songs I've written, I've only used minor keys. It's so funny. When I write like scenes or little short films, they're always very, very silly. But for some reason, when I write any songs, the angst comes out. I don't know what that's about, but my mother once said to me, "Can you write a cheery song?" So I'll work on it.
That's a goal for 2021. So when we do a show on New Year's resolutions, we'll have to include that. Rosie writing a happy song.
A cheerful song. All right, Bill, what is your favorite Christmas music? Not music, excuse me. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh, Christmas movie. Well,
you can give me one and two. We can do top 2 or 3.
Okay. Oh, good. Because my favorite Christmas movie actually is the subject of debate as to whether or not it's really a Christmas movie. Okay. I think it is. So therefore, it's my favorite Christmas movie with a very close second, and again, a totally different movie. So my favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard, John McClane, Bruce Willis.
I was going to say that.
And my second favorite, completely different. Kevin Sorbo, Christy Swanson, one of my favorite actresses. It's called What If? And it's an unbelievable story. Absolutely unbelievable story. Two totally different movies, both get me in the Christmas spirit.
Wonderful.
How about you?
Okay, well, I love It's a Wonderful Life. That's number 1. We've talked about that before. That's numero uno. If I'm going to watch one Christmas movie, it's that one. I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, even though I haven't seen it for so long. But I just, I love that Yukon Ho guy, the one that goes after the abominable snowman, and her little Hermie, the dentist. And then we sometimes well, the Sound of Music is played at Christmas time a lot, so that I associate with that at Christmas. And then I'm rounding out the top 5 here. This is the 4th. We watched a movie called Fitzwilly with Dick Van Dyke. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
It's a Christmas movie. And I forget her name from Get Smart, the one who played Maxwell Smart's other spy, the woman. She's in the movie. And Dick Van Dyke plays this butler who's kind of like a con artist. Anyway, it's really a fun Christmas movie. So yeah, that's kind of the top ones.
Well, now I feel bad. I really only had 2, and I guess It's a Wonderful Life. I do watch it every year, and I guess I don't want to say I take it for granted because I don't, but yeah, that's and you could take those top 2 that I gave and that one and go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. It doesn't matter. They're all great.
Well, the interesting thing about It's a Wonderful Life is the message is so timeless. We talked about timeless with Chris Ruggiero, and that movie, I showed that to a 5th grade class last year or 2 years ago, whenever it was. And I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to hate this because it's in black and white and blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of kids won't even look at something if it's in black and white, but they didn't. And they watched it. And it's a long movie. Like, we split it up over a couple of days. And they were like, Miss D, are we going to finish watching that movie? I'm like, do you like that movie? And they're like, yeah, it's like a great movie. And I was shocked because I love it. I think it's a great movie. But there was something that a lot of them could relate to, I think, about feeling, that he feels like he doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I just realized that theme, that theme or some sort of offshoot of that theme is also the movie What If? Because Kevin Sorbo, lives these 2 lives in the movie and ends up going back to the one that he left. And there's another one that's pretty good too with Nicolas Cage called Family Man, very similar theme. So you put a slightly different twist on it, a different time frame. I think that's going to be a powerful message that's going to resonate with everyone from 5th graders to 80 and 90-year-olds. I mean, those are just powerful messages and wonderful stories.
Yeah, because this time of year especially, people need to remember that they are special and they're important and their life matters. So that's great. We have some Christmas movies, and then you can't beat a good action movie in Die Hard. So if you had to look back over the course of your 20 Christmases on this earth,
25.
What would you say your favorite Christmas meal has been? You can give a grown-up one, or it could be from when you were a kid.
My favorite Christmas meal?
Yes.
Wow. Well, for many years when it was just my dad and I, we'd have pizza.
On Christmas Day?
Yeah. 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 And neither one of us cooked. So it was just something special about eating pizza, having a beer with your dad, and watching.
They were open? I'm shocked that a pizza place was open on Christmas Day.
Well, in the beginning they weren't. We'd get it the day before and, put it in the refrigerator and heat it up. So it was leftover pizza.
Okay.
On Christmas Day. So to me, it's
cool.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, and I respect it. A lot of people love, big, extravagant, multi-course dinners and all that good stuff. And I have a lot of respect for anyone that does that enjoys that. It's just, I'm a pretty simple guy.
Right.
So
Well,
it's more about the ambiance and who I'm with and what we're doing than what we're eating, to be honest.
I was just going to say, that's what I like about your choice, is that it wasn't about the meal. It was about the creating memories and a special bond with you and your dad. So I think that's great. You know, pizza has been a Christmas Eve tradition with us. We don't do the seven fishes because my father and he didn't like fish and I don't like fish. So, you know, we kind of have been getting pizza for a while. You know, we would normally go to an earlier mass and then come home and have already ordered the pizza and have it. But I would have to say, years ago we used to do. Oh my God, I don't even know how many courses growing up. I don't know how my mother kept everything warm, but she would have either the Italian wedding soup or shrimp soup, and then we would have the Italian like spaghetti and ravioli with the meatballs and sausage and pork and all that. And then we'd have a full course turkey meal like Thanksgiving. Like what? And then dessert. So we don't do that anymore generally because who can eat that much? And but now we do.
Did everyone wear sweatpants to dinner?
No, but now we do like an Italian Christmas, and we have, you know, of course, the soup, and then lasagna, and all the meat, and salad, and then of course all the desserts and everything. So I enjoy that. I actually like lasagna a lot, and I don't eat it except really once a year. So it's good.
Okay. Well, you know, if you're going to have it, that's the time to have it. So it sounds like, and this is kind of a lead in to the last question that I had, which was holiday traditions. And it sounds like based on that big production and all that work your mom did, that's a tradition in and of itself, what you guys were doing. But is there anything else in terms of holiday traditions that really sticks out as kind of a favorite memory?
We have a tradition that my brother started he plays the piano, of singing Christmas carols. Whether anyone else likes it or not, that's what we have to do. So, you know, through the years, it's just stuck. And my nieces and nephews generally come to the living room grumbling about it, but then they give into it and they have a good time. And my nephew Gary now does a dance to Dominic the Donkey, which is by Lou Monte. It's the Italian Christmas donkey, and he does a little dance and sings the song. So that's hilarious. But growing up, we used to always have like, you know, what we called a Pollyanna, and we'd each pick someone. And it always seemed like every year I would get my brother. Every year. I'm like, oh my God, can I get someone else? You know, so the one year I got my brother, and we would write like maybe 4 things we would want. So in case you couldn't find one of them, you had other choices. And at the bottom, it had ties underlined like 4 times. I'm like, okay, I guess he wants ties. It was in all caps. So I bought him ties. And Christmas morning, we're opening up our gifts, and my dad opens his present, and my sister Maria had him, and he opened his present, and he said, oh, a sweater. Thank you. And then, and in the meantime, my brother opened his present, and he opened like 3 ties, 3 or 4 ties, right? That I gave him. So my dad opens his next present from Maria, and it's another sweater. He's like, another sweater? What the heck am I going to do with another sweater? Ties, I need ties. This son of a gun got all my ties. So apparently my father grabbed the wrong slip after, you know, he wrote ties. He realized he needed ties on my brother's sheet. It wasn't even my brother's writing. And so I gave my brother the ties. My dad got sweaters, which he didn't need. And we were so appalled because my dad was a jolly guy, you know, and for him to get that angry on Christmas opening a present. So my brother and I are laughing, and my sisters who had been away at college were like, oh. So anyway, we had a good laugh about it. And my dad, he actually laughed about it, and he felt bad and he apologized. But it was probably my favorite Christmas memory.
Well, I can see why. Yeah.
And my mother was like, Tone.
because usually ties are what another tie? That's usually the gift that when a guy gets, he's like, oh, great, another tie.
No, yeah, not this time. How about you? Any tradition besides the pizza?
Um, well, I'm going to put a little bit of a different spin on it if I can. Good thing we make the rules. I like the tradition almost of not really having tradition because for many years, given my life in the corporate world, what Christmas Eve and Christmas meant was hundreds of miles of driving to multiple places and sometimes not in the best weather. And so now that things are a little different, I don't have to really drive anywhere. And I'm thinking I like this tradition of waking up in my own house, staying in my own house, and not really having to do anything unless I want to. So that sounds like a really fun tradition that I think I'm going to continue.
I like it. It sounds very relaxing. It sounds like, you're taking the pressure off because the holidays can be quite pressure filled. And it's really not what it's supposed to
Yeah,
be about.
and some of the drives like weren't just from Philadelphia to Delaware County or Delaware County to Chester County. I'm talking northern Illinois to New Jersey and vice versa and things like that. So
in holiday traffic too, that's crazy.
yeah, so I'd rather not do much of anything. And maybe this year on Christmas, I'll watch It's a Wonderful Life, Die Hard. And what was that movie again with Dick Van Dyke?
Fitz Willie. I don't know where you might be able to get it on Amazon Prime or something. I'm not sure. I think we ordered it for him, but I don't know if you can stream it or not. But it's a little quirky movie, but it's fun.
All right, I'll check it out.
And folks, we want to know. We've been talking about all things that we like, our favorite meal and music and traditions and all that. Favorite present. How about you? Why don't you type in what you like or what's your favorite Christmas memory?
That would be great because I think doing that can help us get into the Christmas spirit even more on this Christmas Eve. And if we start thinking, because as we're having this conversation, we start thinking about Christmas memories and really good things and happy thoughts. And so hopefully you guys can do the same thing. Favorite Christmas movie, Christmas song, Christmas meal, tradition. Answer one of them, answer all of them. I think it'll help bring back some great memories. And like Rosie said in the very beginning, this is a time when I think we can use the Christmas spirit more so than maybe any other year that I can remember, even though it's got to be a little different in some ways. I still think we can type some comments and think some positive thoughts and make the most we can out of Christmas Day tomorrow.
And hey, yeah, it brought a smile to our face. And I think when you think about those things, it makes the gratitude come to the surface that there are still things to be grateful for. So, and honestly, I'm grateful that we have some vaccines and that even though we're not out of this yet, that we're taking steps in the right direction. And personally, I wish all of our viewers and actually everyone around the world a happy, joyful, and safe and healthy Christmas in 2021.
This is going to be one year that I think we're going to be really glad to say goodbye to and to look ahead. And speaking of looking ahead, before we go and wish you Merry Christmas one last time, I would like to remind everyone, actually, it's not a reminder because we haven't said anything about this yet. So therefore, I'm going to break some news. Next week, the Rosie and Bill Show is going to have a very special Wednesday night premiere of our interview with Heidi Newfield. She is amazing, the former lead singer of Trick Pony. She's got a new album out. You have got to check out this show. It'll be airing next Wednesday, December 30th, on a very special night, a Wednesday night edition of the Rosie and Bill Show. Hope you can check it out. I hope you enjoyed this show as much as we have making it and doing it for you. So partner, let's see if we can give them a Merry Christmas together.
Well, hang on, because I also want to say happy holidays and happy Hanukkah to all the people who don't celebrate Christmas. Bill and I happen to celebrate Christmas. So please, no offense to those of you who don't. We wish you a wonderful holiday season as well. But for those of you who celebrate Christmas, hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you next week.